Welcome back. I'm Laura Wilkie, and we are a Christian homeschool family, and we are on the road. We have packed up our family of 9. We have 7 kiddos, and we are just traveling around. We're living in an RV and seeing where we end up and what's what, exploring everywhere. And this right here is Montana. So if you want to follow our journey, please subscribe. This is just beautiful. Montana is beautiful, and there's lots of mountains, lots of different trees. It's just so beautiful. So anyway, we are heading on our way right now to Clinton, Montana. Okay, so we have arrived. And look at how cute this little Wild West mining theme RV park is. Isn't this just adorable? So, there are a bit too many mosquitoes here. I don't know, where we lived in Texas, there were mosquitoes in Texas, but not at our property, and here there's a ton. We could do with a few less. So there's our little spot all set up, but we are going to go out and get some dinner at a fun little restaurant we found on the map. So this restaurant is so much fun. Look at the decor all over. It kind of reminds us of Cracker Barrel back home. Very similar to that. You see my third born there. It kind of reminds us of Cracker Barrel. From what we could guess, it seems like this is a family restaurant owned by a family. We had what appeared to be their son playing guitar, music, entertaining the folks here, and we looked like we had dad in the kitchen with another son maybe, and the daughter taking our orders, and the mom running the dining room. It was just so fun, guys. And look at the decor. It's so cute. Now you're gonna love this. This high chair is so adorable that they had for us to use with Emma. She did try to squirm out of it a few times, but she's at that age. But how cute is that? Do you see the wheels? It's adorable. All right, it's the next day, the next morning, and we saw a sign that said there is a ghost town nearby. It's called Garner Ghost Town in Garner, Montana, and we are going to go check it out. So the history here, we've got this old mining town that kind of sprung up with the gold rush, and as prices fell, everybody kind of left the town, and then they returned later to, I guess the price of gold went back up, and they returned later to do some more mining. Somewhere in there was a fire, and some of the buildings were destroyed. But again, once the gold prices went back down, they abandoned the town and pretty much just left it as it was. That was kind of the brief story that they had for us. And it was so cool. We have actually just finished watching a few months back Dr. Quinn with the kids and the family. And so the kids had fun going from room to room or store to store and kind of picking out whose store was what. So this one is the saloon, and we laughed and giggled at this was Hank's Saloon. And, it was just fun. But they had all the different places. It was really cool. Now, the time we came, there is actually some historians or something. They are taking photographs, so you'll see them as well. But such a cool experience. A lot of cool old things to discover and walk around, and just fun stuff. So we are right now in the general store, but this is like the storeroom of the general store, I guess. And then in a minute, we'll go to the other side, but there's also a hotel, so stay tuned. Okay, so this one is a cabin. This is like the most well-off person in the town, okay? And this is their fancy cabin. And this little tiny, I mean, guys, this is like 18 inches to get in between there, but that is where their staircase is to get up the stairs. There's stairs behind that little wall that you saw. Crazy. But this place was fancy. You can see they have fancy wallpaper. So this was a fancier home and somebody who was more well-to-do. So we're heading into the hotel now. You've got this steep staircase. Obviously, before they had stair regulations in place for buildings, but the steep staircase, there's about, I think there were 6 rooms up there, maybe 5. And they've got a list here on the wall of people who've stayed or lived in this town. It's interesting how they do it. At the top there, you can see how they split some of the words onto the next line. It's just interesting. And then right behind us was, we're not really sure what. I don't know if it's a wash station or what. It appears to be a bathtub, but I'm assuming it wasn't a bathtub in the hallway, but I don't know what it was. So this is like the dining area, maybe the living space or the kind of gathering area for the hotel, just the common room. You've got the photographer there in the back from the Historian Society. This was cool. The kids could guess what the items were and then flip over the card to see if they were correct or what they were used for. And that was fun. Several of them tripped us up. We had no idea. So we're not as skilled in our pioneer times as we thought. Heading now into the kitchen, and it's pretty much what you would expect. Open shelves with all the things, things hanging on the walls, just all the things out. A big island here in the middle. Kind of reminds me of Downton Abbey, like where the servants are preparing the meals. Kind of has that feel. So lots of mining cars scattered throughout that they had on display. It was just so fun. Fun to explore and look around an old ghost town. I mean, just walk around the whole thing and just see what's what and what's where. And it was interesting how it was set up. These are some of the rooms that were at the top, the upstairs of the hotel. And you can see just kind of what amenities they had for them. And of course, we took our picture outside the general store. As many as we could get looking the right way. So here we are at the very top of the mountain. That's where you had to go to get to this ghost town. And I should let you know that these roads to get up to the top of the mountain were not the roads we were familiar with. They were very bumpy and rocky, just mountain roads. But we weren't familiar with that being from Texas. So it was fun though. We got to see, look at the view there. It's pretty cool, but if you want to go here, just a little fair warning. As we left Montana, we headed through to Idaho and up to our stopping place. We're going to be hanging here for a few weeks or months, rather, and it is Bonners Ferry, Idaho. So things are going great. We are enjoying our time in our RV. We are doing a lot of the same things we normally do, making waffles and just enjoying our days. It's fun. The weather is definitely cooler than the extreme heat that they are experiencing in Texas. The evenings are cooler. The kids have a great RV spot here where we can run around. It's kind of reminiscent of when we lived in Houston. So there's lots of space for them to play, and life is going good. So we are doing well. How great is this? This is right behind our RV. This is our play area, and we've got that little picnic table there. You saw just a minute ago the little covered thing there between the trees that the kids keep telling me is their store. There are new trees and new things to explore here. There's lots of pine cones, so that's lots of play. Giant sticks, lots of tree sap, which I could really do without that. Yeah, that's gotten stuck in several people's hair, and it's not so easy to get out. But it's very quiet. You can see my oldest and youngest there. She is making her way through a lot of books, so we're going to hit the library up later and see what they have to offer for us. And my little bitty one there is starting to pull up on things and crawling everywhere. Things are going really well. We found a great deal on hammocks, so of course we had to get a million hammocks and hang them all around, so the kids now have spots to rest and enjoy and play. It's just going great. So if you haven't already, do subscribe, follow along. We have so many things we're exploring here in Idaho, and I can't wait to share them with you all.